I think you were one of the early researchers of a now famous class of drugs called the GLP-1 agonists, the semaglutides and Wegovy's and all that stuff of the world. What made you fascinated about this class when you started researching natural substances that may activate the same or similar pathways?
Yeah, absolutely. So we had an idea, right, that we could suppress the appetite using hormones from the gastrointestinal tract. So every time you have a meal, right, your body will release a series of gut hormones that tell you you're full and you've eaten, and they're primarily CCK, PYY, GLP-1. Right? And they all have different sort of benefits and downsides to them. And CCK, for example, is a really amazing appetite suppressant. It kicks off really early, suppresses your appetite hugely, but it tends to have a rebound effect. So it's not very long lasting. So that's not so much a really good drug target in isolation. When they did work on GLP-1, so GLP-1 was discovered sort of 1980s, what they found in mid-90s, they realized it was an appetite suppressant. What they found was when they did what they call infusion studies, so basically they'll get people to walk around with a bag of GLP-1 and they would infuse it into their blood over time. They found that they could hugely suppress appetite, and it was long-term. It would reduce their glucose levels as well, and it could even lead to weight loss. So there was a real, I guess, understanding from around the mid-90s that GLP-1 was a really good target for weight management and weight loss. Now, the pharmaceutical side of things, what they said basically GLP-1 is not very stable. Right? So in the body, what happens is you have a meal, GLP-1 gets released, it gets released. As soon as your meal's gone, goes back down again, and that tells your body to eat again. So the pharmaceutical industry said, let's stabilize it. Right? So let's modify the GLP-1 molecule and make it stable, make it last for a week rather than a few hours in the body. Now, that's great for a drug, but what it does is it takes a natural occurring hormone and changes it into something which is not following temporal profiles. It's not going up and down with your body cycles. It's not resetting at night. It's just a constant high level 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's not physiological. It causes your body to downregulate its natural hormones, just like, say, hormone replacement or steroid abuse would do. So there's a series of downsides. So we really said, well, pharmaceuticals doing that, that's cool. Why don't we look for a way just to get your body to produce more GLP-1 and to release more GLP-1 so that you can use your natural system, you can boost up your natural system rather than trying to just completely put something artificial version into it. And so that's sort of, I guess, where we came in it from. And we sort of thought about a few different ways of trying to trigger GLP-1 and indeed these other appetite suppressing hormones. And we really came up with the idea that gastrointestinal bitterness was a really, I guess, potent way of triggering GLP-1 release. And that was sort of the kickoff of the project for me.